Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Today your girl's got a super easy one. This is called walking nachos. Now most people cook their meat and cheese and everything and then you assemble it and put it back in the oven and warm it up, and they usually use a lot of this cheese. But if you know, once it sits for a few minutes, it's hard, it's sticky, it's not gooey. I don't order nachos out for that reason alone, so I'm going to show you a quick, easy method how I'm making walking nachos. I've got some Angus ground beef. I've got 1 can of enchilada sauce, 2 cans of Campbell's Fiesta cheese. I've got what you call some semi-fresh salsa, meaning it's not in the jar. Bag of Doritos, some taco seasoning, some sharp cheddar cheese, and I forgot, as usual, your girl forgot to get out. I have some chili cheese Fritos I'm gonna throw in there. So I'm gonna get everything set up, turn the camera around, and hurry up and get this ground beef cooked, because we put this in the oven at 350 for about 15-20 minutes, 30 at max, just to get it warm, because everything will be cooked. So I'm gonna put you guys on pause and show you a quick, fast, easy method how to make walking nachos, not just regular nachos. So I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I've got my 1 pound of ground beef in the skillet. I'm gonna go ahead and brown this, and this is really quick, easy. You can, this is a great weeknight meal, and what I like, my husband likes anyway, he likes to take it for lunch, because it's not, like I said, your traditional nachos, where they're, you put the chips on a plate, put some meat and cheese and stuff on top, and then microwave them. And like I said, those, they're not ooey gooey, cheesy, more like cake, so this, my recipe is. And I'm going to cook it like a casserole, like lasagna. And you package it up and you just put it in a container, and then when you microwave it, you got crunchy bits, it's gooey gooey and cheesy. So I'm going to go ahead and get this ground beef browned up and then come back, and then we'll move on to the next step, because I got a couple things that I do differently than most people. So I'm going to put you on pause. Oh yeah, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. As my subscribers, my 390, I'm so grateful and thankful for. They know I provide an inspirational quote, and I tell a controversial joke with each video. So, oh, and also I'm definitely going to try and start cooking healthier. That is my plan. As soon as I get you guys all my major recipes that I cook, this is going to be a major transformation. I'm going to switch over to healthy options, since I am a nurse and for medical reasons myself. I'm going to show you guys some easier and healthy dishes to make for our health. So I'm going to put you back on pause, put this on high, get this beef ground up so we can move to the cook till it's brown, and then I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I've got my meat completely drained. I got all the oil off. And then here's the next step that I do. I'm adding a packet of El Paso taco seasoning. You can use Ortega, your own home spices. Normally sometimes I do, just not tonight. Like I said, the purpose of this, oh my goodness, is a quick, easy meal. Just still have the seasoning on the stove. So anyway, wow, making a mess. So at this point here, I add, now the rest, usually when you add a packet, you're supposed to add water. I'm not adding any water. I'm adding about 1/4 of a cup of the salsa to this. I'm mixing that in. I'm not really trying to have a sauce with this, because this is supposed to be cheesy, creamy, walking nachos, not watery or anything like that. So at this point here, this is where I add 1 can of Fiesta cheese. Let's pop that out. And see, this way you don't have to layer the cheese, because when you put the meat on top of the tortillas or whatever kind of shells I'm using, Doritos, it's already cheesy, and since this cheesy is in the consistency of like Velveeta, it's always creamy. You don't have cheese that's I don't know, I guess maybe some people like that when you get your nachos and a sauce stuck together, the cheese isn't melted. You can tell it's been melted, and it's just not gooey. So that's a big problem for me with nachos. That's why that's one thing I never order out. My husband and I just make them at home if we're going to have nachos. But I wanted to show you guys what we call walking nachos, because you can take these to work. So I've got the meat in 1 can. This is 1 pound of ground beef, and as you see, there's got like peppers and stuff in there that comes in the Fiesta cheese, so it's got extra spices, seasonings, and flavorings. So I'm going to turn the camera around so we can go ahead and layer this, and I get this in the oven. Okay, so I found my chili cheese Fritos. So what I like to do here is I like to add some of the enchilada sauce to the bottom of the pan. And I apologize, I did spray this pan with Pam so it won't stick. Just let it be some sauce on the bottom. Here, I like to add some Fritos, kind of like a bottom layer of like semi-lasagna. I guess this is a cross between a lasagna and a walking nacho. And then you're going to add some Doritos on top of here to form a layer. Now if I was making this for myself, I would have some jalapenos in here, some green onions. I would really add a lot more stuff to this, but since this is for my husband, he does not do spicy food, I have to keep the spice at a real minimum. I just kind of put this in there like that. That's why I'm using a smaller pan, because it's only 1 pound of ground beef. So for this, I'm going to add more of the cheese from the Fiesta. That's why I had 2 cans for the walking taco. And like I said, this makes sure that it's really, really creamy and it's not, and that's all the Fritos I'm going to use is what I saw, what you saw at the bottom. Make sure you can see this. Sorry. So, and then here I'm putting the last layer of Doritos on top. And the last layer of meat. And then walking tacos, like I said, because you don't have to be sitting down at a table, you can put these inside of a cup, a microwavable dish at work, and sit and eat your nachos, and they'd be very easy to eat. So if you smooth this out, see, this is part of your hard shells with the nachos. And then what I like to do here is add the enchilada sauce, more of the enchilada sauce to it. And this is mild. You can get any spice level you like, but you know, once again, my husband does not like spicy stuff. So like I said, you can kick this up with green onions, jalapenos. Now just for the sake of using shredded cheese, I'm gonna put a little bit on top, but not a whole lot, because like I said, that doesn't melt very well when you're doing nachos. It's definitely, it looks good, but once it gets solidified, it's not as cute and it's not creamy or pully. So okay, there is walking nachos. I'm gonna put this in the oven 350 degrees for about 30 minutes max, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how I serve this. Okay everyone, there it is in the oven, 350 degrees. I'm gonna let this cook for about 15 to 30 minutes. I'm gonna come back and check on it. I just want it to warm through. Remember, I'm not cooking this. Everything's already cooked. So put you on pause. Remember, I have a great joke. Okay guys, here's my joke. 3 men were out hiking through the woods when all of a sudden they were surrounded by a bunch of Indian tribesmen. They were knocked unconscious. When they awoke, they were at the foot of the throne of the head tribesman. He said, I will spare your lives and let you all live if you can go into the forest and come out with 10 pieces of fruit, but it must be the same fruit. So all 3 go into the forest. The first guy comes back. He comes with 10 apples. The tribesman says, the head on the throne says, you have to stick them up your anus and not make any facial expressions. So he took the first apple and inserted it into his anus. The second apple, he began crying. So they killed him. So the second guy came walking up. He had a bag of grapes. So he put the first grape in, the second, the third, the fourth. He got all the way to the 9th grape and bust out laughing. And so they killed him. So later on, the 2 guys, the first and the second guy, meet in heaven. And he said, man, what happened? You had it won. All you had to do was put 1 more grape in your behind. Why did you start laughing? He said, I looked down the road and saw the 3rd guy walking up with a sack of pineapples. Okay, that's the joke. Just thought you guys enjoy that. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Give this recipe a try. As you see, it's really, really soft and moist. And you can scoop this out, as my husband will do, and put it in a container, and he'll microwave it at work, and it eats really well. Called walking nachos, and some places, at my job, we call it walking tacos. So anyway, God bless. Thanks for watching. And if you like, please like, subscribe, and share, and have a good evening.